Right now at 5, does political rhetoric bring us together or keep us apart? Ken and Allison are reporting live from the RNC as the GOP grapples with big questions. And Mayo Clinic and UW Health land a major accolade.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 5.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 5. I'm Emily Brown. One person is dead following a head-on crash in the town of Arcadia this morning. According to the Trempealeau County Sheriff's Office, the crash happened around 1:30 a.m. on Highway 93 near Losel Lane. A northbound and southbound vehicle collided head-on, killing the driver of the southbound vehicle. The driver of the northbound vehicle was taken to the hospital. The crash is still under investigation, and the names of those involved have not yet been released. The man wanted in a Madison attempted homicide has been arrested by U.S. Marshals in Gary, Indiana. 37-year-old Jerome Jacobs was wanted in connection to a June 9th drive-by shooting in Madison. 2 days later, he was located in Eau Claire, then fled from police, causing a shelter-in-place incident. He was able to escape the area with some help from 54-year-old Candace Rogers. She faces a charge of harboring or aiding a felon. The Republican National Convention has its nominees for the Oval Office, and while Donald Trump has called for a time of unity this week, the rest of the convention will be dedicated to what separates their party from Democrats. News 8 Now's Ken Kowzarowski is live in Milwaukee with more on whether partisan messaging could take on a new tone.
Good evening, Emily. We have heard Wisconsin lawmakers echo Trump's call for unity at this time, but what does unity actually mean in our political system? Well, from those we've talked to, it means rallying completely behind Donald Trump to lead America forward for the next 4 years. And veteran media members like CBS Morning's Tony Dokoupil say lower temperature political rhetoric may never be commonplace again.
How do you avoid getting back into that crouch and carrying out politics as usual?
The big question Tony Dokoupil and hundreds more are asking politicians after calls for unity right before the RNC. Because normally, political rhetoric divides.
The Democrat Party does not want to have a win during a Republican Congress, and that's reprehensible.
Dokoupil says it's a reliable formula of negative partisanship that drives voters to the polls.
It's telling your folks that the other folks are the enemy, are the worst, are a threat.
And while some non-politicians have brought some new voices to Trump's convention,
President Trump is a candidate who is not afraid of hearing from new, loud, and often critical voices.
The partisan political rhetoric isn't hard to find.
Today's Democrat agenda, their policies, are a clear and present danger to America.
My Democrat colleagues, they want to focus on personalities rather than policy. Focus on policy. Look at 5 years ago. We had a strong America.
For the party at the podium, it's essential messaging.
Open borders, 40-year high inflation at dollars now worth 83 cents, a war on fossil fuels, the weakness, encouraging our adversaries, it's destroying this country. I'll stand by that. We have to run on those truths, those realities.
And for Dokoupil, it means bridging partisan divide and cooling the temperature could take a while.
Will that go away? I don't see decades of built-in experience in American politics in one day being flipped on its head. Will there perhaps be a more careful and measured delivery of some of those strong negative partisanship moments? Possibly. We can hope. Don't count on it.
Now, we also spoke with Democratic Party Chair of Wisconsin, Ben Wickler. He says that the country can't lower the temperature because it's Trump who raises everything to 120. Now, the Dems are countering the RNC today with a focus on a conservative agenda known as Project 2025. And our own Allison Ferget has more on this project that Trump is keeping at arm's length.
The group behind Project 2025, the Heritage Foundation, has a booth here at the RNC. Go there and you'll get this pamphlet that has details about Project 2025, but doesn't go into specific policies. So, what is Project 2025?
In more than 900 pages, conservative leaders outlined their policy recommendations for the next Republican president, with plans for how to implement those policies. The agenda focuses on concentrating power in the presidency and proposes controversial policies like ending the Department of Education and prosecuting people who send abortion pills through the mail.
Project 2025 is an extraordinary document because it lays out in detail how not just Trump, but the whole kind of MAGA extreme coalition plans to use its power if they get back into the Oval Office to rip away freedom.
Democrats are hitting on the agenda hard, aiming to tie the project to former President Trump. The Heritage Foundation has said Trump is not affiliated with it, but at least 140 former Trump administration officials were in some way involved with Project 2025.
Right now, Democrats don't have a specific policy plan laid out like Project 2025, but in the coming weeks, especially right before the DNC, you can expect to see more policies laid out, especially for Joe Biden's first 100 days in office if he were reelected. Reporting in Milwaukee, Allison Fergit, News 8 Now.
Allison, thanks very much. The next session of the convention just about underway in the Fiserv Forum. Multiple speakers, including Nikki Haley and U.S. Senate candidate for Wisconsin, Eric Hovde. Coming up tonight for us, a one-on-one with Elroy's own and four-time former Governor Tommy Thompson. Lots to look forward to as the RNC continues. Live in downtown Milwaukee, I'm Ken Kozorowski for News 8 Now. Emily, back to you.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Ken. Well, a warmer, less humid one we had today in La Crosse, but there is a cool down coming our way tomorrow. Let's send it over to Greg for the latest.
Yeah, we definitely have the cooler conditions here coming here starting tomorrow. Today we had less humidity. The dew point kind of fell down, so even though our temperatures got up to about 84, 85, we do have some cloud cover, even some showers out there because the cool air is beginning to approach. But right now there's your dew point change. So those 70s, those muggy conditions that we've had, they're well gone now. We're back into the 50s. That usually happens first. There's your current dew points. The second day is when our temps will respond too. So much more comfortable conditions here, at least temperature wise. There's a chance for a shower here for Eau Claire too in La Crosse. Probably more of a sprinkle throughout the evening, getting back to 67. Same story for La Crosse, kind of a shower or a sprinkle here for the next couple of hours. We'll lose the cloud cover. The temperatures will begin to fall, and they'll fall a little bit more because we're going to have lower dew points. There's your kind of cloud cover associated with a little bit of a wave coming through. Some daytime heating produces some cloud cover and a few showers. Very isolated, and throughout the evening it's going to be a lot of hit and miss, and most areas will probably miss most of this activity, but you might see it. Cooler temps, there they are up to the north. It's actually still in the 60s for highs as you go further north into Canada. That's kind of a taste of the air that we're going to get over the next couple days. So we'll break down what the temperatures feel like for the next few days and when we actually might warm up again later in the broadcast.
Okay, lots to look forward to. Thank you, Greg. U.S. News and World Report is recognizing UW Health and Mayo Clinic on their annual list of best hospitals. Released today, the list names UW Health the top state hospital for the 13th year running. Mayo Clinic's Eau Claire location was recognized as a top regional hospital. The report ranked it #1 in northwestern Wisconsin and #4 in the state overall. The list rates Mayo Eau Claire as high performing in several different fields, including congestive heart failure, diabetes, and other treatment areas. Mayo's chief value officer says the organization owes much of its success to its patient-first principles.
The thing about Mayo Clinic is we're not just a collection of hospitals. We're 80,000 people that work in many different hospitals, but we share the same goals of providing the best care on the planet. And so we all share the primary value of the needs of the patient comes first.
And the list doesn't leave out Mayo Clinic here in La Crosse. The hospital is rated as high performing in acute myocardial infarction, congestive heart failure, and pneumonia. Investigators are learning more about the attempted assassination of former President Trump. Just ahead, we'll take you inside the race to understand why the shooter acted and stop it from happening again.
It's a lot quieter around here than it used to be. I'm Rebecca Cook. When I was growing up, this farm was bustling. Holsteins, hired hands, harvesting crops. But big corporations put family farms like mine out of business. And what has Derek Van Orden done? Nothing. Tax cuts for big ag, rising healthcare costs, undermining our democracy, extremism. We need real working people in Washington. And that's why I approve this message.
Asher Lasting Exteriors is committed to craftsmanship, innovation, and outstanding customer service as Western Wisconsin's window and door replacement experts. Our superior quality, energy-saving windows and doors from the trusted brand of Renewal by Andersen are skillfully installed by certified technicians and backed by some of the strongest transferable warranties available. Save up to 22% with zero down and no interest or payments for up to 18 months with Renewal by Andersen Windows and Doors. Brought to you by Asher Lasting Exteriors.
Okay, 500 deluxe garden gnomes. Wow.
I only meant to order 5. There's not enough money in my account for these. I'm gonna get charged.
2 things I just can't deal with: overdraft charges and garden gnomes. But your BMO Smart Advantage checking account gives you an extra day to avoid an overdraft fee.
Nice to see a bank cutting people some slack.
Well, mistakes happen, and we give you time to correct them.
So you don't like gnomes, huh? What about that one?
That one I like a lot.
BMO. Are you ready to build your future? Stella Jones Corporation in Bangor is hiring and wants you to apply. Starting wage for laborers is $21 per hour with a $2,500 hiring bonus. No experience but a great attitude? Then apply today. Stella Jones Corporation is where safety matters and wages sustain a comfortable living. If you have what it takes and can stand behind our railroads, then we want you to apply today.
Did you realize 90% of roofs are replaced before they need to be? With roof costs doubling in the past 5 years, there is a better solution. What if I told you there's a way to extend the life of your roof while also providing extra protection against hail, UV rays, high winds, water, and granule loss? Go Nano is a roof treatment that uses nanotechnology to extend the life of your roof 5 to 15 additional years and is 80 to 90% less expensive than replacing your roof. Contact Clear Choice today for your free roof evaluation or to learn more.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
An intelligence source tells CBS News protection for former President Trump had been enhanced recently after the intelligence community picked up an increase in chatter about the Iranian assassination plot. But there's no known connection between the Iranian threat and Saturday's shooting at a campaign rally in western Pennsylvania. The 20-year-old shooter killed one person, grazed the former president's ear with a bullet, and wounded 2 others before he was shot and killed. Charlie Del Mar is in Butler, Pennsylvania, with the latest on the investigation.
New details are emerging about the moments right before a gunman opened fire at Saturday's campaign rally, injuring former President Donald Trump. A local law enforcement officer with direct knowledge of the incident told CBS News 3 snipers from local tactical teams were stationed inside the building the shooter used in his attack. At one point, one of the snipers spotted the gunman, 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks, sitting outside the building looking at his phone, and took a photo. After the sniper observed Crooks looking through a rangefinder and immediately radioed to the command post. When Crooks was spotted again with a backpack, the officer called for backup, but by the time the officer responded, the gunman had scaled the building. The House Committee on Homeland Security announced it will hold a hearing next week on the circumstances surrounding the attack.
There are going to be independent investigations on that.
On CBS Mornings, Trump's senior advisor, Jason Miller, declined to comment on calls for the head of the Secret Service to step down.
I do know that President Trump very much respects and values the Secret Service team that is around him and credits his being alive to them.
The FBI says it has been able to gain access into the shooter's phone, but sources telling CBS News at this point they haven't been able to glean any information that could reveal a possible motive.
Outside the Buffalo Township Volunteer Fire Company Tuesday, people came to pay their respects to former Fire Chief Corey Comparator, who was killed during the assassination attempt. Charlie DeMar, CBS News, Butler, Pennsylvania.
Now, 2 other people who were wounded in the attack, 57-year-old Marine Corps veteran David Dutch and 74-year-old James Copenhaver, remain in stable condition. A federal court jury in New York has convicted New Jersey's Democratic U.S. Senator Robert Menendez of accepting bribes of cash, gold, and a luxury car from 3 New Jersey businessmen and acting as a foreign agent for the Egyptian government. Menendez was found guilty on all 16 federal counts against him, including bribery, extortion, fraud, and obstruction of justice. 2 co-defendants also were found guilty on all charges. The jury returned its verdict after 3 days of deliberations. Prosecutors say Menendez abused his power to protect allies from criminal investigations and enrich associates in exchange for cash and gold.
This wasn't politics as usual. This was politics for profit. And now that a jury has convicted Bob Menendez, his years of selling his office to the highest bidder have finally come to an end.
Menendez says he will appeal the verdict. He has insisted he was simply doing his job as chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, a post which he has resigned. This was his second trial for bribery and corruption. A judge declared a mistrial in an unrelated case in 2015 when the jury could not reach a verdict. After the verdict, fellow Democrat and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer called on Menendez to resign. Sentencing is set for October 29th. Menendez faces years in prison. Coming up, cooler days ahead, but exactly how cool? Greg's got the answers up next.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
I'm 82. 86.
90 years young.
Eric Hovde thinks people like us shouldn't be able to vote.
If you're in a nursing home, you only have 5-6 month life expectancy. Almost nobody in a nursing home is in a point to vote.
Son, I've served this country. I think I can handle a ballot.
What a jerk. Eric Hovde, I'm fully aware of whom I'm voting for, and it won't be you.
The Make It Ford Summer Sales Event is on. So make it your best summer ever with Ford. Get your ideal combination of power and capability. And experience hands-free highway driving technology with Ford Blue Cruise, available on select vehicles. It's the Make It Ford Summer Sales Event, so make it yours. Make it now. Get 0% financing for 36 months plus $0 first payment plus no payments for 90 days on a 2024 Ford F-150. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
Improving your home, improving your life with new entry doors. Few things in your home get the constant use of the entry door. Older entry doors are often hard to open, hard to close, drafty, cold, ugly, insecure, or all of these things, a source of daily misery. Correctly installed entry doors provide a safety and security for your family. They are easy to operate, provide comfort, and say welcome to family and friends. Call or visit the Board Store for a prompt free estimate. Get more for less today and every day. The Board Store.
Where there's a flooded basement, musty crawl space, or wood rot, there's an answer. American Waterworks. For more than 30 years, American Waterworks has been solving homeowners' toughest waterproofing problems. Schedule your free inspection and estimate today.
Your skin is ever-changing. Take care of it with Gold Bond's healing formulations of 7 moisturizers and 3 vitamins. For all your skins, Gold Bond.
All right, the good news is we got cooler conditions coming up for the next several days, and this pattern actually may last probably through early next week. We have a few showers here this evening, maybe a sprinkle. Most areas will stay dry, but definitely cooler conditions, 10 to maybe 15 degrees below average that we have. So if you really like the conditions, you're going to love this stretch of weather coming up. Sprinkles this evening, then we have unseasonably cool conditions through Friday. We'll see a little modification with the temperature through by Friday. Mild weekend, but we do have some more clouds in the picture. It looks like I think it'll stay dry, with a little bit more question marks of how dry it'll stay. Really because of the cool air, it's this low up here to the north that's really spinning, and it's going to sink south over the area. Along with that is pretty much a cool air mass from Canada. Meanwhile, it really pushes all the heat down way down to the south or it's going to push it to the west. They're going to start warming back up again. So a good half of the eastern 2/3 of the country is going to see this cooler conditions and this pattern change here for at least 4 to 5 days. Now tonight, once the sprinkles end, we still could see some low clouds, maybe patchy fog where the typical areas we see that. Temperature is going to fall back into the 50s given that we have a less humid air out there. Tomorrow morning, we start off with plenty of sun, a north wind. We will see some cloud cover once again in the afternoon with some daytime heating, typical cumulus, fair level of clouds, basically that'll develop in the afternoon. Then they'll kind of just dissipate towards the evening hours. Should remain dry with that north wind, but temperatures 70s, that's what we're looking for. So really early June type weather. Tomorrow evening, we'll see cooler conditions getting back down to the 50s. That'll be even a cooler night. Here's all that cool air that's beginning to push south. Now it's going to keep all the way down to probably the southeast part of the U.S. Meanwhile, as I mentioned, they're going to start heating back up. The ridge or the high pressure out to the west will start heating back up. So they'll heat up, we'll stay cool. The only thing that's kind of got a little bit of an issue going in the weekends, we got a little system I'll show you that comes down right around in Iowa, Nebraska with a front that kind of gets close to. That might provide more cloud cover for the weekend. Might provide some precipitation, but I think most of that will stay south. We will be pushing those back into the 80s for the weekend as the kind of the cool air begins to push to the east. But this pattern is really going to be stuck for a while. I don't see any type of hot conditions. Speaking of that rain chance this weekend, right now it looks like it's going to stay just to the southwest. You can see it kind of dives south, maybe a little bit to the north, but for right now it seems to be taking more of a southern route. It will provide more cloud cover going Saturday and Sunday. Maybe temperatures a little bit warmer, but right now I do believe it's going to be mostly dry. Temperatures staying good and the humidity staying low. So that's the positive news. For the temperatures tomorrow, mid-70s, like I said, and dew points, less humid, definitely comfortable, definitely open up the window. Similar temperatures, low to mid-70s further south, 75 in Richland Center. Up to the north, we're looking at 74 in Whitehall, and then barely getting to the 70 mark as we go further north, 71 in Ladysmith, to 73 in Eau Claire. So you really can't beat these temperatures for the middle of July. And it continues throughout as we go throughout Thursday and Friday with just a slight warm up towards the weekend. More clouds this weekend. We'll keep an eye on that rain chance, but I think it'll hold off till early next week. And even by early next week, 84 is right where we should be. So you can't beat this for the middle of July to see this stretch of weather, less humidity and cool conditions. I like it.
I like it too. Yeah, nothing to complain about.
No.
All right, thank you, Greg. When we come back, a heartwarming celebration of diverse abilities. Logan High School gets ready to host the annual Disability Pride Fest.
A new era of care for women who serve. Toma VA's groundbreaking facility opens its doors later this month. Find out how it's transforming healthcare for female veterans when we see you tomorrow morning.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
Listen to Senator Tammy Baldwin.
What is your view of the Biden presidency?
It is one of the most successful administrations in generations.
Most successful in generations? Inflation is sky high. Our border is wide open. Drugs flood our streets. The world is in chaos.
One of the most successful administrations in generations.
If this is success, we're in big trouble.
I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message.
Chevy lets you begin every day fully charged, so you can go farther. And so can your money. Tow with confidence. Plus, stay connected with available OnStar technology. For summer adventures, Chevy's got you. Get 1.9% financing on this 2024 Silverado when you finance with GM Financial. Or get $5,750 total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Visit HometownChevy.com.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you quality pet supplies because we get you. Right now, during our summer pet care sale, shop unbeatable deals on your pet's favorite food and supplies to keep them happy and healthy. Like a free $15 Blaine's gift card when you buy select bags of Hill's Science Diet dog food. Assorted Blaine's Naturals, grain-free, and specialty dog food as low as $34.99. Also, make backyard projects a breeze with this Simpson pressure washer, $50 off.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Are you in need of a new water heater? Here at Maxwell White, we offer the best solutions for homeowners in La Crosse and the surrounding areas. Being the best means installing the best. Our American-made Bradford White water heaters can revolutionize your home and give you the home comfort you've always wanted. Contact Maxwell White today to find out how a professionally installed Bradford White water heater is right for your home. Our expert technicians will answer all of your questions and find the best possible solution for you. Maxwell White, plumbing done right.
Join the conversation at facebook.com/news8000. Or you can always find us at news8000.com. You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
This weekend, Logan High School will be the center of a celebration of diversity and inclusivity as it hosts the annual Disability Pride Fest. The event, organized by the Disability Action Network, aims to bring together people from all walks of life and abilities. The event will take place this Saturday at Logan High School, featuring all-inclusive sports and art activities, food vendors, and more. One of the organizers is excited about the impact the festival will create.
We can bring together individuals, no matter what their differing abilities may be. So it's showing the world that we can do anything we set our minds to.
The Chippewa Valley Hooligans Power Wheelchair Soccer Team will be doing a demo at the event, and Senator Brad Pfaff and Representative Jill Billings will also be in attendance. Greg will have one final look at your forecast right after this.
Save big Monday through Sunday at Hy-Vee. All natural chicken breast, just $3.88. Driscoll strawberries, just $2.44 a pound when you buy a 2-pound pack. And Hy-Vee yogurt, 3 for just $1. Monday through Sunday at Hy-Vee.
A storm damage message from Knutson Roofing. If the roof on your home, business, church, or school was damaged by recent storms, call your local roof repair expert, Knutson Roofing at 715-ROOFING. Trust a local company with thousands of references to fix your roof, not the drive-through town companies that show up after a storm. Knutson Roofing, local, dependable. Did we say local? Call 715-ROOFING today.
Windows are a lot like car tires. They all look the same, but they definitely don't all perform the same.
Take our StarMark composite window, available exclusively at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
This window is 12 times stronger than vinyl, 2,000% more airtight, and 40% more energy efficient. All at a price less than what many companies charge for vinyl windows. Don't settle on your new windows. Insist on the best windows you can buy.
Contact us today to receive free installation and 60 months interest-free financing.
It really ruined everything. I should have done something sooner.
Everybody hopes that this won't be a big problem. Unfortunately, basement water, it always gets worse. Don't worry, we got this.
Great. Well, let's stop it from getting in.
The effects of water can be surprising, but you can. Put water back in its place with a free inspection from Innovative Basement Authority. For a limited time, get $500 off any repairs when you call or go online today.
Maury's VW has all the latest Volkswagens with new product arriving daily, including the new 2024 Volkswagen SUV lineup, the large and very spacious Atlas and Atlas Crossport, the perfect size family-friendly Volkswagen Tiguan, and the practical, economical Volkswagen Taos. As always, you don't need to travel far to have your Volkswagen serviced. Come in for your test drive today at Maury's Volkswagen.
Save big Monday through Sunday at Hy-Vee. Lay's, kettle-cooked, rolled gold, or munchies, $1.99 each when you buy 2. Jack's Pizza, $2.98. And buy 2, get 1 free on Coke or Topo Chico Sabores. Monday through Sunday at Hy-Vee.
All right, golfing forecast tomorrow or any outdoor activity you want to do tomorrow. Fantastic weather, 70s, AM sun. We'll have some afternoon clouds, but still excellent conditions for this time of the year, and they continue through Friday. A little warmer, maybe some more clouds for Saturday and Sunday, and we might have a shower, thunderstorm chance come early next week. But all in all, you really just can't beat these conditions for the middle of July when it could be very hot and humid.
That's true. That is very true. All right, well, thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 5. We'll see you at 6.